good? We live? Oh yeah, we're live, Closer Nation. Man, I haven't been live in a long time, I'll be honest with you. I got this damn iPhone 10, or iPhone X, as they call it, as in, don't buy it, it's terrible, man. It drops the damn signal all the time. So I used to shoot videos once a week for you in my truck, and on the way to work, I'd have like little thing, because you guys were always complaining about me holding the video and driving. You're like, don't die, we need you, Closer. And so I bought this like suction cup thing for my dash and everything else. And then the phone, like, it just drops signals. It just dies on me. I don't know about your iPhone 10, but that's the iPhone 10. That's the card that I was dealt with. And I try to take it back, and they're like, it's working perfect, sir. I'm like, I don't know what world you live in, but that is not perfection. Not on this planet. This is not perfection. But anyway, hey, I've got some exciting stuff I'm going to share with you today. See, I'm going to get into this here in a second, but I'm going to be giving away clips for your phone. We call these closer clips. So you put them on the back of your phone, so like when you're talking to people, like, hello, buy my shit. Right, we got that right here. I'm going to be giving away a pack of closer cards as well. And the things that I'm going to be teaching today are the things that you can learn in the Break Free Academy newsletter. We send these out every single month to our coaching clients. And we talk about things like I'm about to share with you on this video, on top of the videos that we have in the membership portal. So here's what I know from a sales perspective, okay? Number one is you can be the best salesperson in the entire world, and if you have nobody to sell to, you will starve to death. Literally, you will not make any money. Meanwhile, you can be a mediocre salesperson that has like literally very minimum skill set, right? Not a very good communicator, socially awkward, and everything else. And if you have an endless supply of leads, the law of numbers says that you will eventually make sales and you will eat good, okay? So I don't know about you, but I'd rather be a terrible salesperson with a lot of leads and making sales than a really good salesperson with no leads who's starving to death. And go ahead and leave me an answer in the comments which one you would want to be. Why can't you be both? Right? But go ahead and leave me comments down there. Here's how you're going to win a closer clip. Whoever leaves me the best comment about what they learned from this, I'm going to send a closer clip. Second place is closer cards. Third place is you're fucking fired, right? All right, so I'm going to be teaching you today 3 simple steps on how to generate an endless amount of supplies. Endless supply of lead, endless amount of supplies. Supplies in case the world ends. Surprise. Anyway, I'm going to be teaching you 3 simple steps on how to generate an endless supply of leads. Because here's what I know. Everybody is good at sales. All we need are more leads to talk to. A lot of times what happens is you show up on a job and they sit a phone book in front of you and they say, okay, man, get to smiling and dialing. And then you're like, dude, I must suck at sales because nobody wants to talk to me and everybody keeps hanging up on me. And the thing is, why would you want to talk to people who aren't interested in talking to you? Why would you want to talk to people who don't want to buy your stuff? You see, what's allowed me to become a successful salesperson with over 50,000 sales under my belt, even though I'm not wearing a belt today, with over 50,000 sales under my belt, is the fact that I only talk to people who are interested in buying my stuff. I don't waste my time talking to people who can't buy, won't buy, don't want to buy, and don't care to buy. That's a complete waste of time. And here's what I know about things on this planet. You can always find another job. You can always get another lead. You can always find more love, right? You can, because people get divorced and remarried every single day. You can always find another employee. You can always get more money. The one thing that you can't get more of is what? Answer in the comments. Answer in the comments, and we'll send you, if the first person to answer, we're going to pick somebody in the comments. First person to answer, we're going to give you, what can you not get more of on this time? What's the one and only thing on this planet you cannot get more of, right? Somebody answer, I'm going to be picking you. I'm going to send you a copy of this book autographed. You know what? Right now, let's show them here, cameraman. We're just going to autograph this. Boom, I'm going to send you this book with an autograph on it. Make sure you leave. The answer is time. Time is the only thing on this planet that you can't get more of. You can always find more love. You can always find another job. You can always find more money. You can always get more leads. The one thing that you can't get is time. So I'm going to pick somebody, and you're going to win this book. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to hit you up in the DM, and you're going to have to send me your mailing address. And then I'm going to cold call, knock on your door. Right? I'm going to knock on your door and be like, hey, man, I'm buy my shit. Anyway, so there's 3 simple steps to generating an endless supply of leads. And once you have an endless supply of leads, you've got an endless amount of people who want to talk to you that can buy your stuff. Do you guys want to know what the 3 steps are? Hit the like button, hit the love button, hell, hit the angry button if you're mad, right? If you're having a bad morning, hit the angry button. But give me some engagement. They engaging over there? They paying attention? Okay, they getting involved? All right, come on, everybody. Give me some engagement. What happens with engagement is that lets other salespeople see what's going on so that they can enjoy this value as well. I want to share some value with you guys this morning. I want to bless you. I want to bless you, like DJ Khaled always says. And I want to make sure that you're getting some engagement on this so that other people see it so they start chiming in as well. So 3 simple steps to generating an endless amount of supplies. Number 1 is your offer. Okay, now I have terrible handwriting. Okay, let's just, full disclaimer, I've got a 6-inch rod in my hand. I'm sure there's a dick joke in there somewhere. And my wrist doesn't bend, and so I have terrible handwriting. And so that says offer, right? In case you can't see it, it says offer. Not off her, but offer. So anyway, here's what I want to talk to you about offers. Like, it's all in the offer. A lot of us recognize the offer as being our pitch. We say, okay, well, like my sales pitch, my elevator pitch, that's your offer. Here's the thing. Most people have ridiculously long offers. And then when you have something that's ridiculously long, you confuse your audience. And if the audience is confused, they will not make a decision. You see, decisions are based on simplicity. If you keep your offer super simple, and this is what I know about you guys. You guys are smart. You follow me. You're smart, you're successful, you're handsome, you're beautiful, you're blessed, and everything else, right? And so you tend to overcomplicate shit. You think, well, I'm smart, and that wasn't going to work on me. But here's the thing. Most of our prospects never comprehend stuff beyond a 5th grade level. That's true. Like, our brains, most people on this planet, maybe even you, are wired a certain way by the time we hit 5th grade, and things never change for us. And so if you start trying to talk like a Harvard scientist about isosceles triangles and the paradigm shift of a paragonallelogram, like, you start talking about stuff like that, you lose people. It gets boring and everything else. That's why you got me entertaining you on here with really simple, easy to understand words, because I'm trying to get you to take action. You see, decisions are based on simplicity. The simpler something is for a person to make a decision, your prospect, the easier it's going to be for them to make that decision because it makes sense to them. So I'm going to give you some really easy things today. And you're going to, in your mind, you're going to go, oh, it's got to be more complicated than that. It doesn't. Stop making it complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, damn it. All right. So just keep it simple, okay? Remember, keeping it simple sells, right? KISS. I've rewrote that acronym. Now I own that shit. It's mine. I've copyrighted, trademarked. Keeping it simple sells. So your offer is key. That's number 1. And that's your pitch. So your offer equals your pitch. Well, most of us have these really long pitch. When you ask somebody what they do for a living, they say, well, I provide phenomenal service to a selective amount of people inside of my industry who would prefer to have prestigious, like, dude, shut the fuck up, right? That's like, just knock that shit off, okay? It doesn't have to be that complicated, right? I sell cars, right? I sell mortgages. I help people get a home. I'm a real estate agent, right? That's all your offer really needs to be. You don't have to have some long, drawn-out, luxurious pitch, right? Because then all you're doing is you make people feel like you're a pompous ass, you make them feel stupid, and then they get mad at you because they feel inferior to you. So knock that shit off, okay? Your offer's your pitch. Matter of fact, when in our lifetime, I don't care how old you are, the single biggest discovery in our lifetime is mapping the human genome, right? The DNA. We figured out DNA. And the dudes that won the Nobel Peace Prize for mapping the human genome, they got on stage and within 3 minutes they explained what that meant, right? They knocked thousands of years of research into 3 minutes to be able to pitch it. And everybody in the room went, oh yeah, that makes sense. 3 strands, DNA, cool, awesome, right? Meanwhile, some of you can't even pitch a damn Hyundai in 3 freaking minutes, right? It's like, knock that shit off. I'm gonna give you the most simple offer formula there is on the planet, right? And it goes like this: how to get Y without, I told you I'm terrible at writing, X. That is how you structure an offer right there, okay? So just like, what is it, it's not geometry. What is it you take before geometry, cameraman? You know, algebra, right? So Y, which we're trying to solve for Y. The cameraman looked at me and goes, I don't know, just hold cameras. How to get Y. Y equals what they want, they meaning the prospect, and X equals what they don't want. Now, again, notice how simple this formula is. And I know some of you right now are going, well, that's just entirely too easy. My people need financial planning. My people are looking for a low-rate mortgage. My people are stock traders. My people are like, your people prefer simplicity. Just trust me. Like, stop complicating the thing. So let me give you a few examples of some offers, okay? Here, we'll just move, just like sidetrack over here. So how to generate an endless supply of leads without cold calling or door knocking. You see what I did there? Okay, so that is an offer that most salespeople can get behind because most of us go cold calling and door knocking sucks, right? So here's what we want. We want a bunch of leads, right? But here's what we don't want. We don't want to waste our time. You see, I've solved that with that offer right there. Okay, let me write another one. Okay, so let me write one for real estate agents. How to purchase your dream home and pay below market price. Okay? So you think about it as a real estate agent making the offer. It's like, here's how to purchase your dream home and not pay market price. Right? Like, that is a hell of an offer. It's like, dude, the house that I want for a cheaper price, that's exactly what I do. I don't want to overpay for things, and I do want this house. Again, it's like, that, right? How to buy your dream car without getting ripped off by the dealer. Okay? See how I can just use that formula? I can just plug and play it into anything. Let's do one more. We'll take it one more step, right? How to buy your dream home. This is for the mortgage guys. Without paying for a high interest rate. Okay, so how to purchase your dream home without overpaying for interest rate, right? See, that formula is plug and play universal. So listen, what I just gave you sounds really simple, but that's what works, right? The biggest, best converting sales pages that I've ever created in my entire life, and by the way, you can see over there, you can scroll against the wall, I've got platinum plaques, certified platinum, right here, 2 of them, and I should have 5 of them, but I quit applying for those damn things, but I'm that good, okay? And several of those have made me $4 and $5 million, right? Like, these are legit plaques. And those came from the most simplest funnels possible. They didn't come from a bunch of flashing widgets and a bunch of other stuff. They came from very simple funnels that were based on the offer, okay? So number one thing that you've got to get down is your offer. And I told you the formula is real simple. It's an algebraic equation. How to get Y without X, which X or Y equals what they want, X equals what they don't want. Does that make sense to you guys? Hit the thumbs up button if this is making sense to you. Is it making sense? Hit the thumbs up button. Give me a love, give me a like, give me a smiley face. Hell, if you mad dog, give me a mad face, right? Okay, so number one right there in the offer. I'm just going to leave this on here so I don't have to keep opening and shutting the drawer. It's probably driving people crazy. Number 2 is your audience. Okay, your audience equals your prospects. You see, you can have the best offer in the world. If I said how to get your dream car without being ripped off by a dealership, but somebody's looking for a bicycle, probably not going to sell a lot of cars to them, right? If I say how to get your, how to make millions of dollars and have the hottest wife on the planet without having to go to the bar to pick up women, and I'm talking to a gay guy, that's probably not going to be appealing to him, right? He's probably like, you know what, you have me at millions of dollars, but I'm not into women, right? So you got to make sure that your audience is important too, because you can have the greatest offer in the world, but without the right audience. So you might think, okay, well, so how do I know I'm in front of the right audience? If you're calling from a phone book, you're in the wrong audience, dog. It's just like, you're just calling random people. That's a waste of time, okay? What you got to do is you got to figure out where your audience hangs out at. So let's look at this, okay? So we got that over there. This is where your audience, where are they at? What do they like? And how is their behavior acting them, right? So you got to do the where, what, and how behind your audience, okay? So where do they hang out? Do they hang out on social media? Do they hang out in selective mastermind groups? Do they hang out on the Hardcore Closer page? Or do they hang out in the Sales Talk with Sales Pros group? Or do they hang out in a real estate group? Or do they hang out in a financial planning group? Are they car enthusiasts? Do they hang out in the NSX owners group or the McLaren's owners group? Like, do they hang out in places like that? And you might say, well, my people aren't on social media. And you're wrong, damn it! Everybody's on social media. 2 billion motherfuckers on Facebook, and you're going to tell me, well, my people ain't part of that 2 billion. Do you know what especially if you live in America, do you know what the chances of your people not being, if your people aren't on Facebook, guess what? They're probably doomsday preppers living in a damn tunnel somewhere. Literally, now, you might think they're not on Facebook because you don't see them posting, but I have millionaire and 100 millionaire friends, right? Actually, I know 3 billionaires They all have Facebook pages. But guess what they don't do? They just don't post and engage with people, but they're scrolling on Facebook. I have lots of doctor friends that have Facebook pages. The reason why they don't post and engage on Facebook is because they don't want somebody to hit them up in the direct message going, you know what, doc? I got this giant cyst on my ball sack, and I'm kind of scared to go to the doctor, and they got to give people a bunch of free fucking doctor advice, right? So they enjoy Facebook, but they do it from a voyeuristic standpoint so that people think they're not online. But you know what still reaches those people? Ads. Hell yeah, ads. And your post. Right? So if you're connecting with people and you're running ads and you're making posts, that doesn't mean that your audience isn't on there. Your audience just may not want you to know that they're on there. Matter of fact, I know this. In our mastermind group, Break Free Academy Entourage, I coach people every single week. And every single week we do a live Q&A call. So I coach them on Monday and I do a live Q&A call every Wednesday. And there will be hundreds of people who show up on this call, and most of them are just there as voyeurs. Right? They're just there to listen to the other people's questions get answered. And these are people who are paying to engage and paying to be coached by me. So that tells me that the average person on Facebook is just scared to engage with people, but that doesn't mean that they're not there lurking. That doesn't mean that they're not voyeuring. That doesn't mean that they're not cucks. You know what I'm saying? So, if you know the true definition of that, that was not a political statement at this point in time. It was like the true statement. All right, so you got to figure out, where do they hang out? All right, and next thing is, what are they into? I sell to the sales world. So before I built the following I have on this page, right, and I sell to entrepreneurs, business owners, and salespeople. So before I built the following I have on this page, I thought, okay, well, they're probably hanging out on Jordan Belfort's page. They're probably hanging out on Grant Cardone's page. They're probably hanging out on Russell Brunson's page. They're probably hanging out on Frank Kern's page. They're probably hanging out on Tony Robbins' page. And I started engaging with people on those pages, because instead of knocking on doors and cold calling people, I'm just going to go where you guys are at. In between sales, and while you're on the phone listening to Bob tell you about his damn problems again, the prospect that's on your nerves, you scrolling and looking at Brennan Burchard and Tony and Ed Milet and all these other people. So I just go there and I engage with people, and then they would send me friend requests, and I would figure out what groups they were in, because Facebook tells you what groups people are in, and then I would go join those groups, and then I would engage in those groups, and oftentimes I would be the baddest motherfucker in those groups, and I would get kicked out of those groups. And so that's just my luck, though. That people be like, he's stealing our thunder, get him out of here. And so I created my own group, Sales Talk with Sales Pros, and now I know that we got a bunch of people inside of that group. So you have to figure out where your prospect's hanging at. Now, here's a big deal that salespeople got to understand. You got to understand this, okay? Now, just put your guard down for a minute and understand this shit, okay? Most of you will say things like, well, marketing, that's for the girls down the hall, or that's for the guys down the hall that get paid $30,000 a year. And that's like the force of average trying to separate you from what matters most. When you can become a grade A marketer and a stone cold closer, there is no power that can stop you on this planet. None. Not any. You are unstoppable. When you walk, I've got clients that are now grade A marketers and stone cold closers that walk into a new opportunity. Like, I've got some mortgage guys. They walk into a new brokerage. They demand $250,000 advance. They're like Kanye West. Give my $50 million, bitch, right? That's what they do, man. They go in there because they say, I bring a pipeline, I bring lead gen, and I close these motherfuckers. Who you got in this office that can do that? No one, right? So they got to pay the money. Right? They go back to their employer and they'll say, hey, I'm leaving Def Jam, and I'm going over to Island Records, and you don't pay my $50 million. It's a Kanye move, right? But that's what these salespeople are doing, and their brokers are paying it for them. They're able to hold them hostage because there's nobody else doing that. I know that when I worked for an undisclosed mortgage company here in Dallas, I would walk into them and I demanded the whole fucking company get a raise, because if my homeboys don't win, I don't win. You know what I mean? That's just how I've always been. I was a terrible employee because I made so much money. I ended up getting control over the CEO because I'm a badass salesperson. But I got the entire company a 5% raise. You can ask anybody who worked there with me. I led a motherfucking revolt, and I said, I'm leaving and taking these fools with me to the next place unless you give us all a 5% across the board raise. Now, if somebody did that shit to me, I would fire them in a heartbeat. But that company, I had their balls in a vice because I was making them $100,000 a month, and then I had the other people come with me too because I organized labor. Like, that should have been a union leader. And again, if that happened to me here, I would shit myself, right? But there, I was in control to be able to do that. I got everybody a 5% raise because I'm a nice guy like that. It's like, congratulations, you all owe me Christmas cards now. So you want to make sure that you can generate leads. Like, stop separating yourself from the marketing department. Cold calling is marketing. Door knocking is marketing. Because all marketing is a really fancy word for prospecting. And prospects, I would rather somebody stick their hand up and say, hey, Ryan, can you help me? As opposed to somebody, me going, hey, man, do you need some help? right? No, I don't need some help. Do you need some help? No, I don't need some help. Do you need some help? Oh, you might need some help. I'd rather people just hit me up and me save the time from talking to those other 3 people. And one of my core values is I focus on supporters, not reporters. I want to focus on the people who need support. All right, so anybody guess what number 3 is? So you know you got the where they hang out at, what they're likely to engage with, and how they engage, right? So how they engage is basically, do they make videos? Do they read articles? Do they click ads? You need to figure that kind of stuff out so you can make sure that you're where the eyes are. That's all advertising is the exchange for exposure for dollars, right? Like marketing is the material. This is marketing material. Books, closer cards, newsletters, closer clips, these kind of things. These are marketing materials, right? This is marketing material, just to be clear with you there. Dad jokes for days, ladies and gentlemen. Dad jokes for days. But so marketing is the actual thing that you see. When you see the ad come through the news feed, that's actually marketing. The ad is simple. Advertising is the exchange of dollars for exposure, okay? So once you understand that, you think, okay, so how do they interact with the marketing pieces that we show them so that you know if your audience doesn't like to watch videos, don't make videos. You know if your audience likes to read, then you should probably write, those kind of things. So you've got the offer, which is your pitch. That's the number 1 most important thing. Number 2, audience, which is your prospects. Now listen, I'm going to drop number 3 on you here in a second, but here's what I know. Most people think they have these 2 things. Most people think that they have these 2 things down, and you don't. These are the 2 most complicated parts of everything that I'm about to share with you. You're going to think number 3 is the most complicated. Number 3 is actually the easiest, but number 3 doesn't work unless you've got number 1 nailed and number 2 nailed. You have to have the right pitch in front of the right prospect, or you will not prosper. You will not. That's just the way that it works. That's just how things are. If you have the greatest pitch in the wrong audience, you will fail. If you have the worst pitch in the right audience, you will fail. You have to nail both of these. And I've given you the things that you need in order to be successful here. So number 3 is the technology. Okay, and this is where most people, this is where the force of average steps in and says, ooh, technology, be scared. Because technology means you have to have a CRM, you have to have a website, you have to have a sales funnel, all these things, right? And listen, when I got into this business, I had never created a blog. I had no Facebook page. I had no email list. I had nothing. I had to learn all that stuff the hard way. And trust me, it's like your parents always say, or your grandparents always say, you little young whippersnappers got it so easy these days. Things like phone sites didn't exist back in the day. They didn't exist back in the day. So I had to actually learn HTML. When I coded hardcorecloser.com the very first time and made sales funnels from it, I literally had to upload WordPress files, learn HTML code, and tie things in with JavaScript. It was a fucking nightmare. It would take me months to do what now I can do in 5 minutes, okay? If you're not familiar with phone sites, give me a damn second, you will be. So the technology is huge because what technology does is it allows you to capture name, email, and phone number of the people that you put the offer in front of and that stick their hand up and say, I'll take 2 of those, right? And so oftentimes what happens is the people say the technology's hard, man, I don't know how to build a website. Oh man, the technology's hard, I don't know what a sales funnel is, and we run from it. And so we might have a good offer and a good audience, but we never really reach our peak potential as a salesperson because we don't have the technology. Then more importantly, once you leverage technology, which I'm going to show you in a minute, then you get technology to display your offer to the audience, and there's no more cold calling for you. There's no more door knocking for you. There's no more networking with broke ass people at the Catalina wine mixer. There's none of that shit anymore because now all of a sudden you've got technology in place that all day long is going, hey, can I have your attention please? Right? All day long, so that all you're doing is the technology is basically sorting things out for you. The technology is getting rid of the tire kickers, the time wasters, and the social vampires, right? Like technology is getting rid of all that, and all it's doing is allowing people to stick their hand up. Raise your hand, like just hit the like button or hit the heart button on here or the laugh button, but raise your hand by hitting one of those buttons if you would like never to talk to another person that wasted your time again. Imagine as a salesperson you only talk to people who are actually interested. How many of you would actually like that? Like hit the button, right? Say, hey, I would never talk to someone who is not interested in my stuff ever again. No more kangaroos, no more tire kickers, no more time wasters, no more social vampires. Hit the like button. If you ain't hitting the like button right now, you are a glutton for punishment. You have been wired to fail. I'm gonna unwire your brain. You need to listen to the Get Your Mind Right podcast every single morning when you wake up. Give me 30 days, I will rewire your brain. And you say, well, where the hell do you get the Get Your Mind Right podcast? And what's that all about, Ryan? Well, thank you. I'm glad that you asked. So the Get Your Mind Right podcast is 5 minutes every single day. It's on iTunes, YouTube, hardcorecloser.com. Just go over there, check it out. Give me the first 5 minutes of your life every single day. In 30 days, I promise you, your life will be completely different, because when you change your thinking, you change your life, and I will change your thinking. Okay, so back to this technology. You see, this video is a training video, right? I'm just going to be full disclosure with you. It's a training video. It teaches you how to do this stuff. Once I'm done with this video, which lasts 10 or 15 minutes, however long we're going to go through. How long are we at right now? Does it say? No, we have no clue, right? So as long as it is for right now, when I'm done with it, I'm going to be able to put this video through the news feed all day long and get it in front of people just like you, and the people who want to work with me, the people who want to be a part of Break Free Academy entourage, the people who want to buy my products, who want to buy my book, who want to make pockets full of money, like people that want closer cards. They're going to stick their hand up and they're going to say, Stewman, sell me something, baby. Right? And I'm not going to have to call every single one of you. There's probably going to be 20,000 people that watch this by the end of the day. It'll be another 100 or so of you that become clients by the end of the day, because that's about how the numbers fall. And I'm not going to have to call 20,000 people to find those 100 people. They're going to find me and buy, because I'm leveraging technology. Technology is Facebook, technology is Instagram, and more importantly, technology is phone sites. You can go over to phonesites.com right now, and for $19 per month, or what I suggest you do is lock your rate in at $199 per year, because anything we're doing all in. Right? And what happens with phone sites is this technology piece, the sales funnel, the website, the way to capture name, email address, and phone number of your audience, the things that you're probably scared of as a salesperson, becomes so easy. A caveman can do it, right? Like Geico. And so here's the thing. In 5 minutes, even from your mobile device, it works on a desktop as well, but even from your mobile device, in 5 minutes or less, you can have a website up and running with your offer in front of your audience. So imagine if you're sitting down and you build a website in 5 minutes. It's easy. It's easy. My 7-year-old can do it. And so that means you can do it too. Whether you're 100 years old or whether you're 20 years old, you're going to be able to get this in the palm of your hand, from your mobile device, from your iPad, or from your desktop. But you don't need a computer. That's the great thing about phone sites, is you can make a website from your phone. And what happens is you display this offer in front of your audience using this technology over at phone sites, and it's made for the sales community. You see, a lot of people, they go and they try to use other, I'm not going to bash anybody because I like them all, right? And my friends own these other companies, but they're complicated. They're for internet marketers, right? Like the place where I got the 2 platinum plaques from and stuff like that, that's for internet marketers. Guys like you and I, we struggle with that technology. We need something that's fast, that gets us results and converts, and that's what phone sites does. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper than everything else. We're still in beta mode right now, which means everything works. We're just lowering the price to get some testers and stuff in there. And you can join already. 1,400 people have joined this program in the last 3 weeks for $19 a month or $199 a year over at phonesites.com. But in 5 minutes from your mobile device with no tech skills whatsoever, you can be collecting name, email address, and phone number of prospects that want to buy your cars, want your financial planning, they want your mortgages, they want your real estate, they want your title business, they want your credit repair, whatever it is that you sell, roofing, whatever it is that you see, man, you can sell ice to Eskimos, right? You can sell ketchup popsicles. You could be the type of person that couldn't close a Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, and you can still use phone sites with the right offer and the right audience, and you're going to get leads. And guess what? These are leads of people who stick their hand up and say, hey, Ryan, or hey, John, or whatever the hell your name is, and say, hey, I'm really interested in what it is that you sell. Can you tell me more about it? Wouldn't you love it if prospects showed up in your funnel every day like that? Like, hey, I'm really interested in what you sell. Can you tell me more about it? Versus, hey, man, quit fucking calling me. I told you fucking salesman to fuck off, right? Which is what usually happens to a lot of us when we're cold calling, no matter how good we are, right? That's why us salespeople, we're such gluttons for punishment, right? When we do make an easy sale, the other salesmen around us think, oh, that was a lay down sale. You didn't really work for that. What if you didn't have to work for any of them? They were all lay down sales. What if you only had to make, like right now, you might be calling 300 people to make 3 closes a day. What if you only had to call 3 and all 3 of them closed? Because then, guess what? Then you have control of your time. And I already told you the one thing in life that we don't get more of is time. And so phone sites allows you to buy your time back, right? What if you could sell 3 cars at the dealership and you could go home for the rest of the day? And if the dealer didn't like you and didn't like you leaving early, you told him to fuck off and went and got another job, because now all of a sudden you're in power because you understand this trifecta. This right here is the trifecta. Once you get these three things down, that's all it takes. That's the sales trifecta. Master your offer, master your audience, and then the technology piece is actually the easiest. So I've taken the hardest thing of these three and made it the actual easiest for you by going over to phonesites.com. It really is that simple. And you can, like I'm telling you, our pages on average, I looked at the numbers yesterday, are converting at 40.01%. That's taking all 1,400 customers' data and condensing it down and seeing that our average page converts at 40.01%. Let me tell you about my competitors, right? And they're not competitors because they're selling internet marketing products. I'm selling a sales product here with phonesites.com. But the people who sell similar software, there's no similar software either. The people who sell other landing page softwares, right? Their shit on average converts at 5 to 6%. Matter of fact, on the internet, if you convert leads at 1% or greater, you're in the top 1%. We're at 40, check that out, 40.01% with 1,400 plus people already making pages. I have people we have a special group for people that are members, and inside that group we have people saying that this is converting higher than any software they've ever bought in the past, and you know why? It's because of this right here, simplicity. That's all it takes. While other people build flashy websites with countdown timers and all this other stuff, man, you take a picture or a video and you take some words and you put that offer in front of the right audience, you will get leads. And if you have sales skills, which I believe you're watching my page, you do. If you don't, go read hardcorecloser.com, go read a few blog posts over there, you'll have sales skills, right? Because I provide. That's what I do. I provide for the sales community. Then once you have those skills, you use phone sites to capture the leads, bro, your life changes. Your life changes. Not only does your quality of life improve for work because you're making more money, they say money doesn't buy you happiness. Money buys you time so you can go do shit that makes you happy. You see how I just reframe that paradigm? When they say money doesn't buy you happiness, money buys you time so you can go do the shit that makes you happy. For me, I use money to buy me time so I can go spend it with my beautiful wife and kids. Right? For me, I use money to buy me time so I can go race my cars on the weekends, right? For me, I use money to buy my time so I can go on vacation with the people that I love and I'm friends with. For me, I use money to buy my time so I can spend it on my clients and with my clients improving their quality of life too, because a lot of people aren't as passionate about their clients as I am. Hell, I took 5 of my clients on a private jet to Omaha last weekend to go to the Berkshire Hathaway. I own enough shares of Berkshire Hathaway that I was able to get 4 people tickets on top of myself to go to the meeting. And then actually one of my other clients bought some too. So we had like enough shares of Berkshire to be able to take a plane with 6 people in it to Omaha because I wanted to give back to my clients because I care that much. I wanted to help the people who are helping themselves the most. So what I would recommend for you is go over to phonesites.com, sign up, take the $19 a month or $199 per year option, and then come back and practice your offer, target your audience, use the technology from phone sites to capture the leads, and watch your quality of life change. Watch your time be bought back, and watch it to where you make that shift from only talking to people who want to ignore you to only talking to people who want to explore options with you. Hey, thank you for watching this. If you know somebody in sales who needs to know this formula and who also needs to buy phonesites.com, make sure you share it with them. Share it with your general manager. Share it with the people that work below you. If you are the general manager, if you're a business owner, this is ideal for your salespeople. And matter of fact, this is what it's all about. And it doesn't even have to be paid ads. Once you get a phone site set up, you can post that shit on your personal Facebook page. You can post that stuff in your Instagram profile. You can post that stuff on your LinkedIn page, on Twitter, and you can rotate it out. You can put it in groups on Facebook. You can put it in groups on LinkedIn. Go wherever your audience is. That's where phone sites needs to go. Thank you guys for watching. I just bought myself some time, so it's back to work for me. Later. Does it say how long that was?